Arca. Oh, Arc Eternal. Leah, this world seems familiar. I recognize that central structure and the surrounding stations. How can that be, Scars? I'm not sure. Are there any signs of the Loki? Perhaps this is their doing, all some sort of deception. Nothing, Scars. Nothing at all. Everything we have been through, after everything we've been through, all I detect are cold machines, but machines with a purpose, I now clearly understand. You see it too, then. These 6 stations are receiving incomprehensible amounts of data from across the universe. They're feeding it into the central core. How? How do you... I just do, Leah. I see things now. The central core is constructing what the Sloy called the Arc Eternal, and the Loki were right to react to knowledge of it. Yes. From all that I've learned, I see this as well, but I still don't fully understand the purpose of the Arc. The Arc is a universal singleton, Leah. Something of which only one may exist. There can be no other. And once made, it cannot be unmade. The Arc forms an absolute reference point across all of space, time, and alternate eventualities. How can such a thing be possible? How is such a thing even possible to construct, and how do you... It isn't being constructed, it's simply being revealed. It exists through all space and time for this universe, Leah. Once revealed, it'll provide access to any time, any location, even alternate eventualities. Every decision, every decay of every subatomic particle, every choice, every random event spread across the entire history of the universe are all maps to a fabric. That fabric has its origin in the Arc. To reveal the Arc requires knowledge of a massive amount of space and time. Don't you see it, Leah? Don't you see it now? Hey, how do you know all of this, Scars? The Creeper's purpose wasn't simply to destroy, it was to record. It collected knowledge of everything. It touched and it remembered. Trillions and trillions of worlds, covered with Creeper across billions of years, harvesting information. Can't you see how elegant and beautiful that is, Leah? Scars, are you sure? Humans and their civilizations were a bounty of complexity, an ever-renewing fountain of information. But there were many others in many other galaxies. Now, all that knowledge will finally allow the Loki to pinpoint and reveal the Arc Eternal. And we should stop this, Scars, right? Yes, of course. Access to the Arc would allow the Loki total mastery of everything. They could rewrite the course of events in the universe. This must be prevented. From what I can determine, it should be as simple as taking those 6 stations offline. They're processing incoming aether beams using a technology I don't understand. But their power source is simple. They need Creeper to function. So clear away the Creeper from the stations and they go offline. That'll buy us some time. Then we can destroy those stations with nullifiers and prevent the Loki from revealing the Arc. Yes, but... Let's begin. Hi. Okay, so Creeper comes out of all of these. Where am I? I am anywhere. Let's see. Do I want to spread my base or focus a point? I usually focus a point. But in this case, I'm going to spread out and we're just going to try and connect them. Whew. Okay. Let's see. Structure. Collectors. Oh. Okay. Hey, Tony. How's it going? I haven't been too chatty lately. I've been busy. Okay, so I think we're going to have to do this from multiple fronts. And I'm probably going to want some terps. Really, I understand why it is named terp, kind of, but it's way too close to a derogatory term. A hate term that I don't like as much. Is it a hate term? It's a descriptor for somebody that is hateful, I guess. And I don't appreciate that nearly as much as I'd like. Okay. So let's take a look at this. We're going to have some trouble keeping them off. This bottom side, I think, is going to be the hardest to defend. This area is going to be kind of spooky. I'm going to get some cannons because it's going to start spilling over pretty quick. see, this game released like 9 years ago. It was released 6 years ago on Steam at the very least. It's not a new game, but it is a good one. Every once in a while there's a game that I just start playing and I'm like, I can't stop. And I'm pretty fine with this. At least in this game's case. I also super apologize I'm not paying, like, any attention to Twitch chat tonight. This game requires the entirety of my attentions. Let's see, can I get that there? Yes. I just want to have somewhat maximum coverage if I can manage it. It's going to take a little while for me to spread out a little bit. Hold up. We might have to, get these mortars down sooner than later. Okay. Put that there. I think I might actually have to be on the offensive on this one. At least more than I usually am. Let's see. We're still gonna have to worry about these sides. But I think what we want to do is actually just have a shit ton of mortars just blasting into this mess. Let's see, why not build a forge? I'm gonna have to. How tall is this? Oh, that's 10. Okay, so we've got some time. Kind of. Except for this is about to fill up. I'm not going to be able to stop that. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah, phase 1 wind requires a very specific time limit, don't worry about it. Cool. It requires a very specific strategy, so don't worry about it. Good. I will not worry. Okay. More mortars. And we're gonna get a bunch of anti-creeper and just start pouring it in if I can. Yeah, we've got a little while before the, No, we failed! Yes, it. Behold, all that has transpired has done so exactly as foretold. The Architectural is revealed at last. Bear witness to our mighty nexus. Brace for incoming, Leah. Greetings, Imperator. The Loki, at last we meet. At last, Imperator, you are projecting a finite existence. Open your mind, Imperator. Open your mind. Don't listen to them, Scars. They... Silence! We have silenced your primitive automaton so that we may converse more clearly. She's right, Loki. You are trying to deceive me. Look upon yourself, Imperator. Truly look upon yourself. Do you see a finite existence? Do you see a body made of simple materials? No, this can't be. Yes! Did you really believe that some automaton had preserved a primitive human form for billions of years? You know this to be an absurdity. Now you know your true form. But I remember being a child, growing up, living, fighting the Creeper, defeating a Nexus. Palladius saved me. Yes, the explosion that the one you called Palladius saved you from. How do you think he was able to do that so easily? You never needed saving, Imperator. Lies. Is it not the one you called Palladius that was the deceiver? What did he tell you of himself and of us? He told me his people fought you and nearly won. He told me you were once a great race, and then you peered into a dark and alternate realm and found something there that changed you and set you on this path of destruction. And what do you think we found in that darkness? He never said. I'm not sure he ever knew. Haha, we found you, Imperator. You were the one we found. You told us of the Ark and its potential. You showed us of our purpose and laid out the path for all that would follow. My body, just a projection of my own choosing. I remember now, I remember. Father, it's me, your daughter. This is getting... Yeah, Leah, of course. This is getting nuts. Your daughter, I've been with you all along. Leo's my projection as I guided you towards the realization of who you truly were. The anomaly. Aliana Abraxas. Yes, our hive considered that you might appear. Hiding as an automaton was clever. We grant you this. We should have detected your presence sooner. Imperator, you should never have created. Leah, Aliana, I should have known your name. How you never talked about Aliana. What you knew about me. We see what we want to see, Father. It took me many years to discover my true form. You still have a choice. You can still choose to be Skarsgård Abraxas. Remember his life and what he stood for. Nonsense, Imperator. All that has transpired is done so according to your plan. We have revealed the Ark Eternal for you. Now join us, as you have foretold. Father, remember the life of Skarsgård Abraxas. Remember him. Choose Scars. Loki Hive. I remember all now. Skarsgård Abraxas is a modicum of my full being, but one that has shown me a great understanding. I choose this form. I will not join you, nor will I allow you to control the Ark. So be it, Skarsgård Abraxas. You have nothing that can harm our great nexus. Stay, leave, it matters not to us. So long as we are here, you cannot control the Ark and use it for your purposes. We have waited billions of years. We can wait billions more. Can you, Skarsgård Abraxas? Can you? Loki Hive transmission terminated. Thank you, Father. Thank you for choosing the right path. Ileana, is there nothing we can do? I don't see anything possible, Father. That Nexus has a shield that no weapons can penetrate. Even if we could, the Nexus itself seems indestructible. We will fight on anyway, daughter. We must fight for 1,000,000 years. We will do so, but we will never leave. We must never leave. Everybody's saying the evil route. I go evil route if the bad guys have a point. They seem pretty just boring in this one. I chose the path of the most gun. Okay, so is it just plunking those down? Spores. Shoots. That's not my favorite thing to have just happened. Now, got a quick check. Yeah. So I'd have to be in there. So we're gonna need to do some tricks. I'm gonna keep putting these down. I know it's about time to screw around with like reactors. But these are cheaper and a lot faster, and we have so much space to spread out through. normally with maps, I'm kind of constrained to a small location. But my hope is I can take this place largely for my own. Father, something just dropped out of warp in the system. It's badly damaged and heading for this planet. I see it. It's a ship. Palladius, you old fool. Eliana, Palladius must have sent this mighty ship on course for this planet. I'll attempt to predict the crash site on the map. Clear out anything in the way. Okay. Do that. Weapons, mortar. Back to this. Get a little bit of fire rate. I don't think I'm going to be able to clear out anything useful yet. The ship is ancient. It must have been preserved for 1 billion or more years. Where? I don't know, but it's totally useless now. It's crashed in just fragments. Look at those fragments in their midst. The plans for the mightiest vessel ever constructed, the Thor. We must obtain those schematics. They will hold the secret to destroying the Nexus. Alright, how are we doing power-wise? We are doing majestically. Cool. Structure, it's terp time. Okay, how much AC am I sitting on? Am I sitting on a lot of it? No, there's a little bit more that we can snaggle. Okay. Let's kind of jam a bunch of these around. There we go. We're just gonna have a giant collector network up here. Speaking of giant collector network, it's not done yet. Okay. That should be good. Should build that pretty quick. Actually, speaking of, let's get some build speed. It'll pay for itself in a hurry. Okay, so this one's going to be the hardest, but let's do this. Bammo. Terraform. Let's go 3. Right. Probably also just get some more beam turrets kind of here and there. I don't know where they're going to aim for. But if I just have a bunch of regularly placed beam turrets covering the entirety of my defense, that should prevent them from sporing me too hard. Also somewhat related. You fool. Okay, forge, back to power. Obviously, this is a little wasteful. Nope. We're already good. I'm curious how many of these spawners they're going to be dumping down here. Alright, let's grab sprayer. Let's get a couple of those. I'm just going to use this as a as an entry point. Start doing the same kind of over here. If I can even get just the slightest... Whoops. Nope, that's bad. If I can get even just the slightest foothold on their side, everything becomes easy. And then all I have to do is just wreck them. Alright. That's some good stuff. Look at that go. Get a little bit of efficiency so we don't just run out of drank. Let's see. Next up, probably want to hook this whole business up with relays. It is certainly ugly. But if I can manage to do so, that should give me a lot more immediate leeway on, like, coverage and connections. Because as far as I can tell, we have virtually unlimited power. And so it's just a matter of managing the creep so it doesn't get out of hand. There we go. Ooh, it didn't like that. It only doesn't like that for like a smidge, and then we're all good. Must just not have been enough. Back to Forge. Put some points into build speed. I figured as much. This area would be a problem. Let's see. Do that. Let's go back. It's Terp. We'll just get 2. We'll have to work over there. Okay, next up, weapons sprayer. I think I only got space for 1, but that should be okay. Move this over here. Select our weapons, beam. We're gonna need another one there. I'll connect the rest of it once I have that foothold. Hello. I appreciate how... let's go for a couple of these. I appreciate how close some of these are for me. Okay. So that's good. Let's move these closer. I wonder if it will actually put things down on my platforms. I bet it will. That's probably something I'm gonna have to worry about. Okay, well, I'm gonna ignore that area for the time being. Let's see. Well, I say ignore. I'm just going to move the anti-creeper around. Let's see. Structure, another terp, and a terp. How are we doing on power? We're sitting very high and dry. Okay, so we're going to want to get to that one. Let's see. Speaking of, how deep is that? That's actually getting really deep. This is a problem. I didn't build a whole lot of mortars up here. Because, yeah, just getting real deep on this side. It actually looks like it's almost kind of intentional over here. Well, it's okay. Problem solves. Just get some mortars, then everything will solve itself. I'm sorry, what? So he will just put those right in there. I didn't know he could go outside outside of his little boundaries, but I guess so. Alright, so I gotta start terping on this side. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna move one of these guys back. Probably should actually just build another. Okay, so we've almost got this forward operating platform. So because it's probably just a sport. Because he has the tendency and possibility of going above, we probably want to have the least amount of surface area up here if I can manage it. I'm curious if he'll actually put those down. Uh-oh. That's a little obnoxious. Okay. So he's just going to keep doing this a lot. I was operating under the assumption that he was going to stay within this circle. He didn't, and that is now actually a huge problem. Okay. Go over there. Let's take a look at this. This is a problem. And my two bases are separate. That's okay. If I can take this out. This whole section is not quite prepared for this level of shenaniganry. Oh, and it's overflowing here, too. Great. So I gotta be that much closer. Okay, weapons. At least this one I can nullify. Unless it's too deep. Gosh. Okay, structure relay. There we go. Okay, so that'll take out that one. This still sucks. Okay. I'll just try and make it work. Get it? I've almost got it. Let's see. Weapons, mortar. Gonna need a lot of those. Let's see. Next order of business. Reconnect the power grid. Okay. Hey. Okay. So if I just do this, emitter is destroyed. This is good. Okay. We're back in business. And we got a super mortar. Next order of business, kind of same deal. Okay. Get a terp up. Okay. I think I'm gonna need some mortars here. Okay. Terraforma. Not keen on this. Let's see, how's the rest of this doing? Doing okay. Move some of these spare guns up. We've got to start making a bit of a comeback where I can. Because the center is starting to overflow in a really bad way. You know what? This would probably help a lot. I don't know why I'm not doing this. Let's see. Weapons, nullifier. Should be able to get that nullifier down pretty quick. Okay, terraforma. Back to 10. Okay, let's do that for a second. Move these here. This is leaving my power grid heavy in the red. That's okay. Okay, let's get a cannon or 3 kind of in this immediate area. So maybe what he does... Oh. Maybe he only attacks... the lowlands. I'm gonna pull these back. I know we need the power. Let's see. I should have paraterps. What is this? It's all 5. Terraforma. 5. Height. There we go. I'm gonna flatten as much of this area as possible. I think he only goes for the stuff in the lowlands. Okay. Get a shield up in here. If I can get a shield, I can take out this one. Didn't he just... Wasn't he just here? Like, recently, too. Oh. Let's build all those. Okay, so this area is working. But yeah, so maybe what I want to do is raise shoes. I put that right there, that'll get that. Okay, that worked better. Alright, hopefully that'll be charged. Terraform. I'm just gonna kind of connect a lot of stuff here. What is this? 9? Oh. Okay. I just... I'm gonna restart this one. I'm gonna save it. Now I know how this works. I think I know how to do this too. And the answer is terps, not guns. Okay, so I'm gonna put my command centers up high again. Bertha's on auto target might help. Maybe, probably not. Also, yeah, don't neg me for this. I had some really shit luck and then trying to recover from it. You're just always on the back foot. But also, like, you know what? I don't know. I guess it's one of those where, like, anytime I'm playing one of these and somebody's just, like, getting sassy about, like, there's an easy mission. You should be able to do this no problem if you got Farber. It's like, yeah, not every mission's the same. And I don't really like having to feel like I should defend myself in these situations. Alright, well, plus side is we know we can extend our power network. Actually, hold up. we've got some time. Because last time I was trying to quell the tide. What I'm going to do this time around, skip all that. This one's fine. What I'm gonna do go here. Look this whole thing up. I'm thinking, what if we get started on the what if we get started on the terps early? Oh, that's the height of uselessness. Let's see. Let's see, would you check out particle fleet emergence? Maybe. We'll see. Okay. So what I want is a couple of terps in interesting areas. Let's just do... So I'm going to need more reactors. Let's see. So if I'm going to need more reactors, well, I'm going to need a couple of things. First, make sure that we're pulling these in. This initial bit, throw away. We're just going to set up. Let's see. So it never attacked me over here. So what I'm going to do, start that. Look at the forge over here. It's going to take a little while to build, but it'll be fine. All right. Do we have one singular power network? Yes. Heavily overloaded. When this hits 100%, I'm going to save. Or just shy of 100%, we're going to save. Let's see. All right. Save there. Skip all. Okay, skip all, choose scars. Skip all again. Alright. So here we go. Therefore, I'm back to this. It's going to be a bit ugly. Pause. We're going to need at least a little bit of beam. Okay, so hopefully that'll be fine. That's a really good spot for a nullifier. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to it immediately. But if I can, we'll be in a happy spot. Alright, get a bit of that. You shit. Alright. No. I think I might have been doing better the first time around with this. With my guns. The idea of this is cool, but it's a freaking long con. Okay. I'm gonna try one more time. The turfs are a good God damn it. The terps are a good idea. Like I said, I really hate that word. Terraforming is a great idea. You know what? Screw it. Let's just, let's do that there. I'm gonna skip this side. It's too hard to work around, and plus having a bunch of extra power over here isn't a bad idea. Okay. So what I want to do is we want to spread these as much as possible. I think my original strategy was a good one. I just have to actually, I have to combine both. And we got to get that forge down immediately.